Yeah.
Hey yo, man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. Fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at me just by how you
What's up,
face
y'all?
look.
Welcome to the Philip and Leroy Judgmental Podcast. I'm Leroy.
Hello, back in the house.
So what's up, Phil?
Not much, nothing much. What's up with you?
Nothing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's Philip. Philip always have a problem with restaurants and food and everything. There's always a story. And here we go, Philip. Tell everybody your weekly story.
Oh shit, here we go. All right, so on Valentine's, for Valentine's Day, I bought my wife $100 gift card from this new seafood, Ocean Seafood around the way, and a couple of days ago, what was it? Yeah, a few days ago, she went to use it. We bought all this shit. She opened the gift card right in front of the guy, and he said there's no balance. So I'm like, whoa, 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 what you mean no balance? This is a brand new card. I just gave it to her for Valentine's Day. He's like, look, let me show you. And he showed me on the computer, it says zero balance. I'm like, I don't care what that say. I've never used this card. So it's like so many people in there. And I'm like, well, what the hell? So we just paid for with our regular card. She took the food home and I left my phone home. So I had to go back to the house to get my phone because I said, I'm gonna pull up my bank account and show them that I paid $100 on this card. So I came back to the house, took her home with the food, and then I came back with the car, with my phone. I showed the guy. He said, I don't understand this. I'm showing you. It says zero. I don't care. I said, well, where the manager at? He said, I'll call him. He called the manager. The manager said, he'll be there in 15 minutes. So I was just waiting. I probably waited for like a half an hour, 45 minutes for this dude. And I was getting upset too because I was getting heated before when the guy kept trying to just tell me, look, it's zero, it's no balance. And it's like other people in there. I'm like, I don't care what that say. I said, y'all quick to take our cash, but when y'all fuck up, y'all want to hear nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm like making a little bit of scene, not too much, but a little bit. Because I'm mad, you know what I mean? So as soon as the manager come in, he like, friend, I remember. I know the situation. I'm the one that sold you the card. I'm like, oh, all right. He goes right to the computer, goes to the date, finds it, and was like, the reason why it says zero balance because the guy was putting in a regular gift card, but I had a loyalty card. So instead of $100, I had 110, even though I put 100 on it. And he pulled it right up. So I'm like, well, you need to train this guy to be able to do stuff like this. He shouldn't just tell people it's zero and that's that. You know what I mean? So after all that, he reimbursed me for the money I paid and then took the money off the card. So that was good. And he kept apologizing. That was good. But then as soon as I got home, instead of the catfish hoagie that I was expecting, got my mouth all ready for, I had a damn shrimp hoagie. Never had a shrimp hoagie in my life. I don't believe shrimp should be on a hoagie. But I said, whatever, I'm just going to eat this and then deal with it. And of course, I had to steal some shrimp from Maya, my stepdaughter, because she had like a little shrimp basket. So before she got to her shrimp basket, I just took some shrimp out and put it on my sandwich because it was light as hell.
So
Give me your story.
is this fried shrimp on a hoagie
Yeah.
or
Yeah, it was fried shrimp.
so what else is on there?
I don't know. It was dry as fuck. It had like a special sauce, but it was sprinkled on there. It wasn't enough. They put enough of that sauce on it, and it was like it was bullshit because it was like maybe 4 shrimp on there. When you would think a hoagie, it should be like loaded with shrimp. You know what I mean? To make each bite like loaded. So
Right.
that's why I stole shrimp from her shrimp basket and put it in there.
So
It had like it didn't have no mayonnaise on it. It had lettuce, tomato, the shrimp, and a special sauce. It wasn't bad. Would I ever order again? Hell no. You know what I mean?
so this isn't jumbo shrimp. It's just regular size shrimp,
Um, yeah, I think it was regular shrimp.
and it was just 4.
Maybe 5, but I think it was 4.
And this is a regular size hoagie.
Not a large, like a small hoagie.
Well, that don't sound right.
It did. And when I looked at it, I said, damn, where the shrimp at? If you gonna give me a shrimp hoagie, at least have some shrimp in there. Because when you watch like these food networks and all that, and you see like them shrimp po' boys, it'd be loaded with shrimp.
Right.
So when I took a bite of it, of course, one of the shrimp rolled out the back and hit the fucking floor. So I'm like, what the hell? I ain't got enough shrimp to be sparing any. So I picked that sucker up, blew it off, and put it right back on the hoagie.
So it was 10-second rule. You put the 10-second rule was in effect, or?
Of course.
Well, everybody, we're recording this on Saturday, March the 6th. So the 5th was Coming to America Day. It was offered on streams on Amazon Prime. And what did you think of the film, Phil?
It was a waste of my time watching it.
See, I looked at it as like okay, the movie came out in 1988. So if you was a little kid and you liked that movie in 1988, by now you in your mid to early to mid 40s. So 9 times out of 10 you'll have a kid the same age as the kid that watched it back then. So y'all all can sit around and look at the film. See, I just looked at it as a family film, and they were very tame on the jokes. And Tariq Nasheed said that Eddie Murphy was playing it safe because you know how they trying to come at him with all those the jokes he did on Raw and Delirious back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And like he said, the only one that was really graphic was Leslie Jones. So the jokes were pretty tame. And also, it was a family film to me. And also, it was almost like a high school reunion with a movie script.
Yeah. I said the same thing. I said, "Oh man, this is just a whole bunch of celebrities hanging out. This ain't no goddamn movie."
Yep. You had all the people back. See, like you could sit with your kid. Like, yeah, I remember whenever the sexual chocolate, when they do the sexual chocolate character. Oh yeah, well, I remember when they was doing that in a barbershop talk. They was very tame with the. That's the only type of scene I chuckled in, but they were very tame on that their barbershop scene compared to what they talked about on the first film. And you had. Go ahead.
I don't think I chuckled at all watching the movie. I actually nodded off at one point and had to wait back up.
And see, you can tell it was like a family movie by all of the singing and dancing, unnecessary dancing and performances and all that stuff.
Like
It was
not meaning to cut you off, but every time Wesley walk in the scene, he got to be on the Soul Train music.
right. Uh-huh. And then they just start busting out dancing and yeah, that was rather weird. The scenes with the dancing and all of a sudden like these it's just like a music video, like right in the middle of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like the people coming back, the characters they played, and the twins at the end, all the guys want to touch their breast twins. They came back on the end.
And
It was all,
them girls got big, didn't they? They
yeah,
both sitting around eating the same stuff too. You know they must be hanging out tight.
yeah. It's funny how like you would think that one twin would get herself together, another twin would be big. Well, nope, both of them are big. Yeah, so as a review, I don't think I would I don't really want to give it a view because they didn't really a number, I'm sorry, because they didn't make it.
No, I need a number.
No, because they didn't make it for me. So I can't give them
It
a
doesn't
number.
matter. Give it a number.
Nah.
On you
If-
watching it, enjoying
if-
it, give me a number.
If I gave a
Yeah.
number,
Just give it a number.
okay, well, see, they didn't make the movie for me.
It
So
doesn't matter. Just give it a number.
I give it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I'll give it a 5.
Average.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a 4.
See, even though I don't even really want to give it a review at all because they didn't make it for me.
Well,
I'm telling you, it's for it's for
not
kids.
fair to review anything.
They made it for families. They didn't make it for
You can watch a family cartoon movie and still give it a rating, even if
No.
it's not made for you.
If I had a family, I would, but I don't find any of that stuff interesting. And I wouldn't watch a family film.
Well, before I had a family, I watched Up, and I thought Up was an excellent movie, and I gave that joint like a 9. And that's a cartoon family friendly. I didn't have a family. And that's
Is
a
it-
good part.
Okay, did Up have any karate in it?
I don't think so.
Oh, it wasn't no guns in it. It's a kids movie. So why the hell would I watch Up? See, that's what I'm saying. So I would be bored.
Probably, but I was bored watching this, and this was a family movie, so it was the difference.
Okay, who did you watch it with?
I watched it with Shay, my wife,
Okay, and what did she think?
on her take on it.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, you can just tell her. Yeah. Just. All right, everybody. This is Shay. Back again. What episode was that? The Spinnerella episode where we talked about the no, We talked about the Wendy. What was that? We talked about the Salt and Pepper movie, right? Or was it the Wendy Williams movie? No, we talked about the Wendy Williams movie. Wendy Williams movie. So,
Movie in that documentary or whatever that was that she did.
yeah. So give us your take on Coming to America.
Coming to America 2 was trash. That shit was trash.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to the first one, there is no comparison. I
Right.
don't know why they did that. I didn't even laugh for the first time in the movie until I've seen a scene from the first movie.
Right.
It was trash.
See, as I was telling him is
I'm like, am I supposed to even be doing this? Because I wasn't even paying attention to it in some parts.
right. As I was telling him, I looked at it as like a family movie because all the jokes was tame. The only one that was really graphic was Leslie Jones. So
She made me chuckle a little bit here and there, but the movie itself, like even the storyline, it's like, what are y'all doing? What are
right,
you doing?
it was like a high school reunion with a script.
Like I waited a long ass time for this movie. This
Mm.
movie was originally supposed to come out last year in August.
Yeah,
I probably waited for it for like the year before that.
yeah,
This is what you give me.
right. Yeah, you're not going to see any Eddie Murphy movie is going to be like this. There's not going to be. He's going to be very tame because they want to come at his neck because all the past stuff he did with the Delirious and Raw and all that stuff. They're trying to come at him, so he going to play it safe.
It has nothing to do with this whack ass storyline like this. It was trash. Like I, I watched Coming to America, the first one, so much. I could have been in Coming to America. Like I know every
Uh-huh.
scene, every line, and compared to that, this shit was trash. And I told Phil that like I'm probably never ever going to watch this again.
So where was the other daughter?
What other daughter?
The other daughter, the queen's sister.
Oh, I don't know. She
Uh,
had a
s-
picture of her up. Remember, it was a picture like
right.
in the room.
No, no Eric LaSalle,
That's what he just said.
and
He said
no
Eric LaSalle.
and no Samuel L. Jackson. I guess he costs too much.
I mean, I would have rather them put him in there than the other boy that they was complaining about earlier this week. Talking about some Louis was the token white dude. And ain't nobody trying to hear all of that. His role in the first one wasn't iconic. Like if he disappeared out of the movie, it would have made it no worse or better. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
So on your scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
But to
Damn.
it's trash. I think the only part that I like really enjoy is when the guy was singing. I think he was singing like right before Tiana Taylor came out. Something, and I don't even think that was him singing for real, but a piece.
Yeah, that was before she had came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a music video, a movie with a music
It was
video
like
just
a
busting in.
stupid one though. Like,
Mhm.
what is this? Like, are they trying to like spoof or like what are they really doing here? Like,
Right.
and then the fake CGI scenes, like of them from the first movie, and them sitting on the couch, like, what the hell are y'all doing? What is this? The old kids, they made me laugh a little bit in the barbershop. They was talking trash.
Yeah, I said the same thing. That was like the only one I like kind of little chuckled at. But they kept the barbershop talk little light compared to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Because they was going on against black boxers and the white boxer and all that stuff. They kept all that shit out on this one.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Mhm.
They even had the Dukes in the movie. I don't even remember what they was doing because it was late and it was just bad.
Mhm.
I was mad, like, and I waited. That shit was bad. Like, if I went to the movies to see that, I'd have been mad.
Yeah, I wouldn't have paid to
It's
see that.
all-
Yeah, you're
I
right.
want to need my money back. That's what a lot of people saying. Like that was the best part of this. Nobody had to pay for it.
Uh-huh. So
Crazy.
so far to me is two movies that I was waiting to look at during all this, coming out on stream. was this and Wonder Woman, and both of them were bad. Wonder Woman was worse than this.
I can't pay attention to stuff like that.
Why action movies?
I don't know. Like the only one I was ever able to get through was like Black Panther, and even still, I only watched that once.
So, what's your favorite movies?
I like comedies. I like scary movies. I can't watch stuff where everybody's blowing up everything or just shit that just wouldn't happen. There ain't no Wonder Woman running around or no superheroes running around, so I can't really get in.
Okay, so what was the last funny comedy you seen?
Like a new movie or just recently, period?
A new movie.
Ain't nothing out new.
All right, well then give me one you just seen that you thought was funny.
What was I watching this morning? I was cracking up. I was watching Napoleon Dynamite this morning and cracking up.
You just seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Last time I seen Napoleon Dynamite, I don't even know when it was. It was that long ago. I can't even remember what the damn movie's about. I did see it, but I was cracking up this morning watching it.
Uh-huh. So has Philip ever introduced you to the Revenge of the Nerds movies?
Dozens of times, dumb. And what's the other one?
Porky's.
The Porky's.
Uh-huh.
Fucking perverts.
So what about all the teen movies, the 80 teen movies back then? Did you see those?
Oh, I like those kind of movies. It's just other stuff that they coming out, and it's like even with the scary movies, the monster always look the same. It's like the same shit. Like they must put that in the computer. Like, give me a scary looking monster, so that this is what it's supposed to look like, and that's what they use. I'm cool.
Now, Philip told me that he introduced you to Back to the Future. So what's your thoughts on that?
He didn't really introduce me to it because I still only watched like the first one. I think I got a little bit of the second one. And that was it.
So you must didn't like the second one much.
I don't know. I keep falling asleep every time I watch stuff like that.
That mean you don't like it then. That mean you don't like it. Well, all right, Shay. Do you want to give some shout outs before you go?
I ain't shouting out nobody.
Well, all right then. All right. All right. Before we get to our subject, everybody want to know, and I got to ask you. Did you see The Equalizer yet?
No.
So, are you planning on seeing The Equalizer?
Not really. I don't have any plans on watching it. If it pops in my head when I can't find nothing on, then maybe if I see it, I'll turn to it. I don't know. Man. I don't know when it come on. I don't know anything about it. So.
It don't matter. You can easily watch the last episode, week's episode.
There's another stuff I can watch.
Okay. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. We wasn't here for all the movie talk. That was a little slight break. What we here is for we're going to talk about the Mandela Effect. The Mandela Effect is another term for false memory. In 2010, the shared false memory phenomenon was dubbed the Mandela Effect by self-described paranormal consultant Fiona Broom, in reference to her false memory of the death of South African anti-apartheid leader Nelson Mandela. Well, she thought that Nelson Mandela passed away in prison. Like, I know he died in prison in 1984 or some shit like that. But, of course, he really didn't pass away. So that's where we get the term Mandela Effect from, is named after Nelson Mandela. So there's a lot of things that people think they saw or saw or read that really wasn't true. For an example, where's my example? For an example, Curious George. Now, people think that Curious George had a tail, but actually he didn't. Do you have any other ones, Phil?
Right. So with the Curious George, I remember being younger, watching Curious George and all this stuff and in his books and stuff, but I can't remember if he or not. Like, I didn't really pay attention to it. I just assumed he's a monkey, so yeah, he got a tail, but I can't really tell you like if he had a tail or not. But back to that the Nelson Mandela, how it came about. So that that chick that started the whole thing, she had other people that was backing her. I watched a video on it, and they were saying, like, a lot of older Africans and stuff like that, they were saying the same thing, that they thought the same thing. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just her alone. And that's how the community got so big. Like so many people got so much different shit to say about it. And how's it a false memory if so many people remembering
Yeah.
false shit? It's like weird and it's hard to explain certain stuff. You know what I mean?
So we got another one is people always say Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones, but in actuality it's Flint with a T Stones.
Well, it's funny because it's more like Flynn without the T and then Stones. So it's one T. Or is it two T's?
It's one T. You had it
One
right.
T. So it's Flynn and then it's Stones combined. But a lot of people remember it being Flint and then Stones with two T's.
Hmm. And of course, you know, the world famous one is no, it's not Luke, I am your father. It's actually no, I am your father. If I did I say it right?
Yeah, you
Luke.
said it right.
Oh, okay.
And with that one, it's been mocked and said in so many different like other shows and movies and cartoons, and they all said the wrong way. And then they had the old head, what was his name? James Earl Jones, who was Darth Vader.
Yes.
They had him reading the script from back in the day, and even when he was reading the script, he said the same thing. He said, "Luke, I am your father," when he was reading the script.
Right.
So I guess over all these years, it changed, and now it's saying, "No, I am your father." You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Right. Another one is well, this is gonna go over a lot of people's heads, but back in the day, I guess maybe in the 70s and 80s, there was a PSA for Smokey the Bear. Everybody called him Smokey the Bear, whereas actuality is Smokey Bear.
Right. And see, growing up, I remember it always being Smokey the Bear. Smokey
Hmm.
Bear just sounds weird to me, and then I don't remember it ever being just Smokey Bear. It was always Smokey the Bear.
And Smokey Bear sounds weird. Smokey the Bear sounds much better.
Right. You got some more? I got a few.
Go ahead. Oh, you can chime in.
All right. So like I remember being young and I remember it being a Jiffy peanut butter. But now it's no Jiffy peanut butter. And they saying it was never Jiffy peanut butter. It was always Jif, like Jif, and that's it.
Yes.
I'm like, no, I remember Jiffy. Me and millions of other people remember Jiffy, but apparently it was never Jiffy. So that's the Mandela Effect, false memory type shit. I got another one. Everybody saw Star Wars with C3PO, the robot
Hmm.
android. Now they're trying to tell us that one of his legs was silver. I've had the toys, I've seen the cartoon, the movies. I never remember him having a silver leg.
No, I don't remember that either.
It's supposed, now they're saying it's silver, and it's always been silver. So like when you go back, he has a silver leg from like the knee down, and that's something that would have stood out, and I would have recognized that. You know what I mean? If it was that obvious.
Right.
So that's not another thing weird to me. And I was talking to Shay about this other one, Risky Business with Tom Cruise,
Hmm.
where everybody remember him dancing, and when he was dancing, what he was wearing when he was dancing home alone by himself. They said he had on his tidy whities, a dress shirt, and some Ray-Ban glasses.
Hmm.
Well, no, that's wrong. They're saying he had the t-shirt and he had the drawers on, but he didn't have no glasses on. I'm like, what? I remember him having glasses too.
Yeah, I remember the glasses
So,
also.
so they're saying he doesn't have glasses. So I don't know. I have to go back and look at it and see. But apparently he don't have glasses when he's doing that performance.
So you got the 1980 another thing that might go over a whole lot of people's heads, but the 1984 movie Gremlins, and remember the bad gremlin? Everybody thought his name was Stripe, but actuality is Spike. No, I'm sorry, they thought it was Stripe, but in actuality his name was Stripe, not Spike. It's Stripe.
Right. So
I thought always started with Spike.
I thought his name was Spike too. I didn't even know about that one. That's a new one you done gave me, and I'd be all over these jokes. All right. So another one is the fruit of a loom symbol. Everybody remember it being the fruit falling out of a basket, like a wooden with how do they say it? Cornucopia basket. You know, the brown wooden cone type basket.
Yes, you said it right.
Okay. But now they're saying that's not the case, and it was never the case. Now, why do we think that it was? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of
That's
weird
weird, ain't
too.
it?
Hmm.
Now, I didn't see Silence of the Lambs, but everybody say in Silence of the Lambs when he first he says hello Clarice. I never saw it, so I don't know. But apparently he never said hello Clarice. He just said good morning. Now,
Yeah, I always thought it was hello also.
now see, I never seen that movie, so I couldn't tell you. But a lot of people saying hello Clarice, and they even spoofed that in the other movies and stuff too. And they all say, like when they do it, they say hello Clarice, with like a crazy voice. But he never said that. He said good morning. And then he didn't say Clarice on it, and he just said good morning. So that's a weird one.
Something you also didn't see, Sex and the City. A lot of people think it's called Sex in the City.
And
They
I was telling Shay about that one when I was coming up, when I first started talking about this Mandela stuff. I said when I was coming up, it was Sex in the City. Now it's and the city. That don't even sound right. But whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then another one that had me run in the kitchen and look was
Well, pause
Go
before
ahead,
you go.
go ahead.
Pause before you go there. I see pictures of CP30, and he actually does have a silver piece on his leg. It's not the whole leg. It's just like a little piece
right from the knee
going down to
down,
his foot.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
I
it
don't
is a silver piece there.
right, but it wasn't like that when I was coming up. Some bullshit. Now what I was gonna say is they're saying like the Oreo double stuff is only one F. I'm like, I get that all the time. It say stuff. And then I go in the kitchen, look at it, and of course there's only one F.
Mm-hmm. Another the food thing. A Kit Kat bar.
Mm-hmm.
People think it's Kit-cat, but actually Kit Kat is all one word.
And see, that's how I remember. I remember being a hyphen between the Kit Kat. You know what I mean? But now they're saying no, it's just Kit Kat, one word. Okay. Now this was a big one that Shay wasn't trying to hear. And the Disney fairy tale Mirror Mirror on the Wall. Apparently the what's that, Snow White? Apparently the witch never said mirror mirror on the wall. It's magic mirror on the wall. I'm like, what? How
Yeah,
did we get
I
that
don't remember that.
confused? Now that's some
Right,
bullshit. They
right,
even have a movie that came out and it was called Mirror Mirror.
right.
So you know how we can go on our cable and pull up like old movies and stuff on the box and stuff. So I
Right.
pulled it up just to see what the hell's going on. And there she was, magic mirror on the wall. I'm like, what? It's always been mirror mirror on the wall.
Well, I do see pictures of Tom Cruise, and he doesn't have any glasses on.
See, so it's like some bullshit going on. Like shit is like changing, and then like a lot of stuff changed. Like besides just in movies, like symbols and stuff, different things happening and stuff. But let me see if I got any more for you. All right, like Forrest Gump and what do you say? Life is like a box of chocolate. When he talking to the lady, you say, my mom always said life is like a box of chocolate. Well, now it's like my mom said life was like a box of chocolate. I'm like, huh? That don't even sound right.
No.
But apparently he says was like a box, like he's already dead, living in the past or something. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. So we have Carmen San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think that now see, I don't see. This must be different. When I used to, I guess when Carmen San Diego had came out, I was kind of little up in age, wasn't a little kid, and she always had on a red coat. But people say that when they seen pictures of it, she had a yellow coat.
See, I remember her having a yellow coat.
See,
So
I don't
that's
remember the
good.
yellow coat. Yeah, I always remember she had a red coat.
All
Uh,
right,
go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was
Well,
gonna.
the Bernstein Bears. Did you do that? Did you talk about that?
No, I didn't say anything about that one. I was about to, but go ahead.
Okay, you people have it as Bernstein Bears with an A in it, and I mean a Burns. Yeah,
No. It was Burn when we were coming up. It was called Bernstein with an E.
no,
But
it's actually an A.
huh?
It's
It's
actually an
actually
A.
that is an A now, but coming up it was an E.
uh, Go
And
ahead.
it's kind of stupid too because if you the writers of the book isn't their name spelt with an E? So why would we remember it being spelt with an E? I think the writers of the book spelled their name with an E, but all of a sudden now it's spelt with the A. Bernstein.
Hmm. Now, what about this Febreze? The Febreze, what would you call it? Air freshener or
Yeah, it's air freshener.
I always thought it was two E's,
I did too.
but it's actually just one E.
Apparently, it's just one E.
Yeah.
And like Oscar Mayer and Oscar Mayer with an A. I
Mm,
always thought it was Meyer. You know what I mean? With it two E's, but it's Mayer.
right.
Oscar Mayer. So it's like it's definitely some funny shit going
Mm,
on. Another one was the Wizard of Oz, the original Wizard of Oz. They were talking about when they were walking down the yellow brick road and they were scared and they had the bats chasing them. And the guy had a silver pistol. So I'm like, what? He had a silver pistol? That's bullshit. Why would they make a kid movie? He got a gun. He would just shoot the bats. And I couldn't believe it. I think it was the Scarecrow. He had a pistol in his hand. So of course I go back, put the movie on, and there he is with a silver pistol. It didn't look all out of place, but it's there. Because when people say stuff like that, I have to go research it. And when I
right.
see it, like that should blow my mind. He walking down a yellow brick road with a silver pistol.
Right, because looking at that movie back in the day, I sure don't remember him with a gun in his hand.
That's what I'm saying. He walking down with a damn pistol in his hand. That's crazy.
So we have the Monopoly Man. Everybody knows the Monopoly Man. Well, some people always thought he had a montague on, which is that one glasses thing.
One
Uh,
eye glass over the eye.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, actually, he doesn't have it. He never
yeah.
had the glasses.
And I thought he had that too, but I wasn't sure about that one because I can see it without it and I can see it with it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Right.
So what they're saying like a lot of little shit change, and the same with like the Ford symbol. Now it's like a little swirl on the F, like it was supposed to be an I, like FIORD instead of just
Hmm.
FORD. And I remember it being Ford, but I don't remember that little swirl next to the F like that. But they saying like a lot of shit changed. Even another movie, Interview with a Vampire. Now it's called Interview with the Vampire. I always remember a vampire, not the vampire, like he the only vampire.
Right. And so we got now people say they saw pictures of Mona Lisa with a smile on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and well, actually, she doesn't have a smile, but it's kind of like a little light smirk. I don't know if that's how her face really looks, or whether how he drew it. I don't know who that is, but a lot of people think that they saw pictures of a Mona Lisa smile, and actually, there's no smile there.
Is weird because certain ways when you look at it, it look like she's smirking. Then other
Mm,
ways it look like she got a plain face. So I don't know, like somebody really tampered with the picture or what's going on with that one. It's weird. Another big one for the old timers is the car that JFK was driving in when he was assassinated. So they said it's four museums with replicas of the cars, and all four museums have it as a four seater.
right.
But in actuality, they saying that it was a six seater. So some people are saying that they remember. Like I don't know because I was fucking wasn't old enough to know what was going on at that time. But
Right.
a lot of people are saying like they remember when he got shot and it was a four seater. They can tell you who four was there. Then other people are saying no, it was a six seater and it was six people there. So I don't know what to believe. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I've seen pictures of both online. I've seen the four seater online and I've seen the six seater with the other extra two people in it. It was like a governor and his wife, then the two Secret Service driving. So I don't know what to believe. I'm just gonna say whatever.
right. This is a kind of true but not true. Now we have Queens, We Are the Champions. Everybody know that song. They play it every time when the team won a championship.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of it, he doesn't say at the end of the world, we are the champions of the world, because we always say that at the end, when we sing
Mm-hmm.
the song. Well, the recording song, he doesn't say it, but he did say it when they did that. You saw the Queen movie, right?
Yes.
When they did that performance at Wembley Stadium, he said "We of the world" on in that performance, but the recording song he doesn't say "of the world." So it's just people just added extra to it. I don't know. I don't know what you want to call that.
Maybe so many people that was there that saw it and kept rehashing it, and they always just added that on there, and that's why it stuck to people thinking that that was on there. Because I
Mm,
always thought it was on there too. You know what I mean?
mhm. So we have Mr. Roberts' theme song. See, we always said "It's a Beautiful Day" in the neighborhood, But in actuality, he said it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
He said this neighborhood, like he only speaking about his neighborhood, nobody else's.
Right. I always thought it was a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
That's what it was, the neighborhood. I don't know how that switched, but it switched.
When did it switch?
I don't know. They with this Mandela stuff. So they say like the actual well, what they're trying to say is a parallel universe. So some type of way like shit is like crossing over and getting into one universe from the other one. You know what they saying like, and this is like a theory that I was just telling Shay about this because you know I be into all this weird shit. I was telling Shay about these it's like these experts and they say it's a theory that is a multiverse and there's a whole bunch of them. It's like a limited amount because there's always new ones being developed, but it's running at the same time as our universe is running. So, and I was giving like example to her. So like how I got fired from TSA because I bought the gun. At that moment when I bought the gun, my life was on a path. But when I bought the gun and got fired, it took another path. So they're saying like in a multiverse, that life without the gun kept going. And then when I brought the gun, this is my new life that started going this way. You know what I mean? And they kind of touched on that a little bit in Back to the Future. And that's why you see like people disappearing because that new course of life fucked up the old course of life. You know what I mean? It's some weird shit. But the experts and the scientists, they didn't say it's not possible. They just saying that it's a theory. So who knows? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, we got Looney Tunes, Tunes, not Looney Tunes, Toons.
That one I always remember that being tunes like music because their symbol was like a record. You know what I mean? A record player.
Right.
So I always just assumed that it was tunes.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people that saying they remember like cartoon with Toons.
Right. See, now I don't remember that one.
Either. But this is a little off topic, but I'll talk to Shay about this one. The Three Little Pigs. You remember the Three Little Pigs story, right?
Yeah.
Now, the story that you remember, did the pigs die or did they all go to their brother's house?
No, the wolf ate them, right?
See, I said the same thing. I said the one pig, he was taking his hard work building this tough house. The other ones threw some bullshit together. They was laughing at him because he was working hard. So when the wolf came, he just started fucking all of them up, but he couldn't get the one dude with the brick house.
Right.
Shay was like, no. She said when he fucked up one of the houses, that pig ran to the next house, and then they fucked up that house, and it kept running to the end where all the pigs were safe in the big brother house with the bricks. I was like, no. I said they must have dumbed it down and made it real soft for the new generation. I said it's a learning lesson. You work hard, you know what I mean, if you want to live.
Right.
So if they clowning him and sitting on their ass, why would he let them? I mean, they is his brothers, but why would they just move in with him? You know, if that's the case, they all should just build one brick house.
Right.
So she don't ever remember in the pigs being ate. And I think she was saying something about my sister wanted to read the story to Ava. And then she was like, no, I can't read you that one because the pigs died. And then she was saying, like, what you mean the pigs died? And she said, the pigs get ate. And then she said, no, the pigs don't get ate. So it was like they was having a little debate about it until they saw, like, in the book that I don't know if that book the pigs got ate or they didn't. You know what I mean? So I did some research on that one and found out the original story, the pigs did get ate, but then they softened it up. You know what I mean, for people.
Uh-huh. Oh, so they doing what they do now with the Coyote and Roadrunner, how they changed they changed all the stuff around with the new did you hear about that?
I did.
Yeah, they changed it all around with is Elmer Fudd in Coyote and Roadrunner? Elmer Fudd is in it too, right? What is Elmer Fudd in?
He's Looney Tunes.
Oh, okay, how they changed it where as though he don't walk around with a shotgun and all that
he
stuff.
wouldn't have no gun no more.
Yeah.
I was telling Shay, we were talking about this. I was telling her that the two black cartoon characters is the ones that get the short end of the stick all the time and get fucked up. That was the Duck. Is that Daffy Duck?
Mm-hmm.
I said he was a black dude. That's why he was always getting fucked up. He was fucking Bill slapped off his face and all type of stupid shit. Face shot off. And then the other black dude was Y.E. Coyote. He was brown. Always getting fucked up with all his acne products.
Mm-hmm. So you have well, this is another one I might go over people's heads. Ed McMahon, the host of the Tonight Show back in the day, was doing advertisements for the Publishing Clearinghouse sweepstakes, and people think that he actually went through on people's door and knocking them. Well, they still have the publishing here clearinghouse commercials because Steve Harvey, I think, used to do it. Well, the people used to think that Evan Man would be in commercials on knocking on people's doors, where actually he didn't. See, I remember him back. I remember him going on knocking on people's doors.
I remember, and they say he never worked for Publishing Clearinghouse, and he never did any commercials for them. I was like, that's bullshit. I remember him doing Publishing Clearinghouse, walking and knocking up on doors, but they saying no, it never happened. So that's that false memory. It's like we see some shit or we make some shit up and then we just believe it to be true. But I think if so many people around the world have the same false memory, then there got to be something else going on
here. Oh well, what was you about to say?
No, go ahead.
I got one off the top of my head that remember back in the day that people used to say, he's passed away recently now, that about Ultimate Warrior, that it was more than one Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Well, it was only one Ultimate Warrior. And people used to argue out, no, it was two. It was two. No, that one died and they just replaced him. No, it was just only one.
No, it definitely was two Ultimate Warriors.
No, it's just only one.
I'm on the side of the two.
No.
At one time I thought Kerry Von Erich stepped in to be the Ultimate Warrior.
Uh-huh.
He probably was sick and he needed somebody to fill in for that night, and he had a fill in that night. Because it's easy to get a fucking white muscular guy and put makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at Kerry Von Erich next to the Ultimate Warrior, he kind of had the same like build and shape as the Ultimate Warrior. So I knew that. I was like, yo, that's Kerry Von Erich. But it was one event that he definitely like replaced the Ultimate Warrior for.
And for all y'all older people out there, it's Depends. It's Depends underwear. Depend underwear. DEPND. It's not Depends plural.
See, I never heard of that one. I always thought it was Depends with an S.
Yeah, it's Depend.
Depends. I feel like that's wrong. I feel like that was Depends. You gotta ask an old person about that. They buying them for years. They know.
Let me see if I can see some other ones.
I got you one right here. You got Fruit Loop, the cereal.
Mm-hmm.
Some people remember it actually saying fruit, spelling out fruit, Fruit, and then loops. Other people are saying no, it's always been fruit, Froot, and then loops, like that. And see, I remember both. I feel like when I was younger and growing up, it was been regular Fruit Loops. You know what I mean? Because each fruit cereal, is like is like a fruit. You know what I mean? But now it's not called that. It's called Fruit, Froots. I mean, T, then loops.
Right.
How do you remember that?
What you just said.
You remember both?
No, the one that they said that's the wrong one.
Oh, you remember fruit?
Yeah,
smelled like fruit. Yeah, that's the one I remember too.
Okay. I got one for my boy Prince. Let's Go Crazy in the beginning, where he does that speech in the beginning. Now people think he said, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate this thing called life." Well, actually, he says, "Dearly beloved, we gather here today to get through this thing called life." See, I always thought he said to celebrate this thing called life.
I don't know about that one. You would have to ask Shay, because I didn't really listen to a lot of Prince.
Oh, did you watch Purple Rain? Y'all watch Purple Rain together?
Hold on, let me ask her. You know when Prince do a speech before the song? He like,
"Let's Go Crazy."
Say it again, Roy. How it go? Roy.
I hear you. Go ahead.
Tell me how I go again and how people thought it was. You said, "Dearly beloved," what?
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate this thing called life.
Celebrate this thing called life. They don't say that. Now, what do we say?
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
She said no. She said no, it's not like that.
Well, that's what they said. I see I got it on my computer, but I cut that part out because it was that long speech in the beginning. I always cut that out and take it to the music.
Yeah, I was talking to what's the name, one of the doctors that I work for, and he was getting heated about this. And he was like, you know what? I don't care what it says. This is the way it is. And it was some of the stuff that we were talking about. And he was like getting all animated and hype about it. And he was like, the world we live in, stuff changed right before your eyes, and it definitely changed, and it definitely was this way. Like he was dead on it.
Let me see.
I think we did most of the big ones.
Yeah.
But I think that's where a lot of the Mandela Effect stuff come from. They're trying to like say that it's like from a parallel universe, and you like certain things happen, and then you just pop up. Have you ever heard of this story about called The Man from Tory?
No, what's that?
Well, it's like a documented true story about this dude, a businessman, white businessman in 1954, Tokyo at the airport. He went to pull out his passport, and they said that the passport was official, looked real, but when they looked at his where he was from, his origin of destination, it said Torad on it, like Taurad. And they like, hold the fuck up, where's this at? And nobody never heard of it, so they kept him at the airport, questioning him, trying to figure it out. He had like all these stamps from Japan. He had his briefcase and his regular gear. He said, I come to Japan all the time on business. So they looking at his passport. They can't find nothing wrong with it. They see all like he had official stamps. He's been doing a whole bunch of traveling. And the only thing is weird is his passport from the country of Terad, and there's no country called Terad. So they couldn't lock him up. So what they did was they gave him they called the government, and they gave him like a suite at the hotel, and they put security on the door and try to get him to talk to the government when the government come in the morning. But then when the morning rolled around and the government got there and they went in the room, he was gone, no traces of him.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to say like it was weird because this guy had like all this official documentation, like they were going through his paperwork and everything, and they saw like his driver's license, his passport, everything had Terad on it and all this type of weird shit. So they was like it definitely had some documents, it definitely was real, but they don't know what happened to him. So what they're trying to say is they believe by him sitting in that room, because they called his job, the job that he worked for was a real job, but they had no traces of this guy working there, even though he had like ID from that job. They in a hotel that he said he was staying at, they called the hotel, real hotel. They don't got this guy there. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they like, well, what the hell? But he has receipts and stuff saying like this is where he been. So they couldn't figure it out. You know what I mean? So that's what they're saying. They saying somewhere on that plane ride, supposedly like his plane hit one of them parallel universe warps or whatever. And he came out on the other end. And it's like when I read on it online at work one of these days, like a couple weeks ago. And then I started like trying to do some research, finding out other stuff about it. And then it took me to YouTube and I saw other stories about it, people talking about it, and they were saying the same thing. Like it's all these different stories of shit like that happening where they believe somebody stepped out of their universe into another one. You know what I mean? I said this shit is weird.
So what's Tony the Tiger's nose?
I feel like it's black, but I think they said it was blue.
Yeah, it's really blue. And we have Proctor and Gamble. See, I always thought Proctor was Proctor, but it's Procter. And that don't even look like it's spelled correctly.
That look like it's supposed to have an O.
Let me see.
You cover most of them. You got a lot. It's so many out there. Like with the symbols with like Volvo symbol and Volkswagen symbol, like all this shit changed. And I think it could be to explain it. A lot of this stuff the companies are changing, but they don't want you to know. So when you pick up on it, they just like, no, it's always been this way. And they just deny it. You know what I mean?
Oh, here you go. You got OxyClean, the detergent. See, I always thought it was OXY, but it's actually OXI.
I'm not sure about that one. I feel like it should have been a Y instead of an I.
Yeah.
I told you the one movie with Eddie Murphy in it. What is it called that you said you found in your Mandela Effect? Bowfinger? Bowfinger. The movie Bowfinger?
Uh-huh.
That movie, hold on, I'm gonna let Shay explain this one. Come on, explain. He said in this movie he runs across the street. And while he's running across the street, he's saying, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God," while the car is almost about to hit him. Now he doesn't say "Oh my God" when he's running across the street. He's saying "Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father."
That don't even sound. That sounds stupid. right there.
Right. So like I've never watched the movie, but I know she just one of her movies. She watched it multiple times, and when she saw it, she was like, "No, this is wrong. Something going on here. They ain't supposed to say that." And he was saying, Heavenly Father," while the car is almost about to hit him. I said,
Mhm.
"That don't even sound right. Like it don't belong like that."
Right. And Kellogg's Raisin Bran. See, I always thought the son had glasses on, but they saying that he didn't, never
He
had
did have
glasses.
glasses.
They say he didn't.
Oh, I didn't even know about that. Kellogg's Raisin Bran, the son, did he have glasses or not? Son, Kellogg's Raisin Bran. He doesn't have glasses. She said he had glasses.
Yeah, or they saying he doesn't. And I'm seeing pictures and there's no glasses. I always thought he had glasses on too.
No, go back and look up Wizard of Oz and watch that scene. You can probably find it all over the internet because people are talking about it. He got a damn silver pistol in his hand. That shit is crazy.
I saw it. Hold on. I was just looking at it. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I see it. Yeah, I see the gun. The gun looked like it's like totally like weird. Him
Yeah, so
holding
it
it.
looked like the movie was made and then someone added that in. You know what I mean? But how can they do that? Add it in like that? And wouldn't if they add it in? How does an old recording of a movie have it that same way that they added change to?
Right. I'm looking at it now. Oh, I can actually we can look at this together. It's just a guy talking.
Pulling up
Hold
on
on.
YouTube.
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to bring it up.
Hi there, guys. Thanks for coming back again. This is another Mandela Effect video. You're going to see a lot more of these coming out, not necessarily from myself, but when something changes, I just believe it's a matter of time before we just see that one big change. For many, this is one of those big changes. I heard about this yesterday from some other Mandela affected YouTubers. I never knew the film too well. The Wizard of Oz, the original film, I know the general gist of it, and I'm sure I've seen it, but I wouldn't be able to quote it. But yeah, the Scarecrow now has what looks like a revolver pistol, a gun, whereas many people are saying that he definitely didn't. And now I've spoken to other people that do know the film much better than myself, and they swear they are adamant that he didn't have a gun in it. So is this another Mandela effect? I would say so by the looks of it. I would also say something that's a bit weird. So I only found out about this yesterday, kind of hitting the Mandela effect scene. However, there are blogs where people have mentioned this many years ago. And even the video clip I'm about to show you was actually uploaded in 2013, which makes me wonder how long has this Mandela effect really been going on for, considering it only came to light because of those people talking about about Nelson Mandela's death. Has this been going on for a lot longer? I'm wondering now. Anyway, guys, here's the video clip. Yeah, check it out.
I'd turn back if I were you.
That shit look cool.
I swear I don't remember him holding no damn gun like that.
Look how it's just dangling around
Right.
and shit.
Exactly.
And what are you scared of birds for and bats? Just shoot the motherfucker.
I believe there's spooks around here. That's ridiculous. Spooks. That's silly. Don't you believe in spooks? No. Why don't... Oh!
So you got a gun in your hand, but you ain't using it.
Hey, running from bats and birds, and you got a damn pistol in your hand,
Right.
which makes no sense for that story anyway.
No, because he's just like holding it, it's just like dangling. Like,
Right,
what does the skunk crow?
yep.
What does Scarecrow need a gun for anyway?
Mhm.
Well, do you have any more?
Nah, we covered most of the ones.
Yeah, this was a fun episode. A little different from what we normally do. That's how we do. We can talk about different subjects. We don't have to focus on one thing, but we will focus on one thing if you give us any money. If any of them companies out there, y'all want to give us some money, I can talk about sports all day long. I can talk about sports all day long. I can argue with Philip about sports all day long because he still think that Ben Simmons is better than Embiid, and it's just actually not true.
You go put words in my mouth.
You got a 76ers
I
hat
never-
on, so
I never said Ben Simmons was better than Embiid.
You would
Why
rather
always like
have.
to-
You would
No,
rather have
no,
if it came down to the two.
No. See, say exactly what I said, or don't make up lies.
If it came
I
down to the
said
two.
when they got knocked out of
Go
when
ahead.
I'm gonna break it down for you again for the 10th time because you like to make up your own storylines. I said when they got knocked out of the playoffs, they said on TV this relationship has to be broken up. One of them got to be traded. So I said if I had to trade one, I would trade Embiid because of his injuries, history.
Mhm.
That's the reason. I didn't say he's better. Ben Simmons better than him.
Well, in March the 6th, 2021, if it came down to the two of them, which one would you keep?
Ben Simmons.
Shit.
That don't mean he's better because I'd rather keep him.
Okay, so what place do you think Embiid will be if everything goes according to plan and he doesn't get hurt or anything? What place do you think on the MVP list would you put him?
1 or 2.
Oh, so you really think he's the league MVP? He'll be the league MVP?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm shocked at you. You really did give him some props.
Why wouldn't I? He's balling. He's balling out of control this year.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
They're first in the East. In years past, they wasn't first. They're first in the East. He's putting up big numbers. He wasn't doing that before, and they wasn't first before.
All right. Well, see, that's just a small example. If anybody want to give us some money, that's the type of sports we can do. Barstool, even the shitty sports radio stations. Oops, I didn't mean to call them shitty, but we'll work there. Give us some money. We can do this all day long.
I was on something and on a message board on something. I can't remember what it was. And the guy was like, I'm looking for podcasts. What podcasts to listen to? Do y'all listen to? And people naming podcasts. I said the Phil and Leroy Judgmentals. He was like, well, what's that? I said 2 guys talking shit. You know what I mean? He's like, all right, I'm gonna check it out. So we might get a new listener.
Yeah, that's cool. When did you do that?
This was a couple days ago. I was at work bored as shit.
Oh, okay.
Say, what day did I go to work? Wednesday? Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, all right, y'all. You can reach us on Twitter and Facebook at PNL Judgmentals, Instagram at _Judgmentals, or you can email us pnljudgmentals@gmail.com. All right, Phil, have a good one.
All right, you too. Talk to me.
Hey, yo, man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. Fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at me just by how your face look. You can check the status on my level, not my Facebook. Comments on my photos, that's why I stay on the low. Most of y'all is associates, so I be on my dolo. Hold up, whoa, hold the phone.